Jason Wells was an unremarkable mechanic working in a dusty shop on the outskirts of New Seattle, 2145. His clients were typically the downtrodden, owners of outdated service bots or scavengers trying to squeeze more life out of salvage machines. Jason's day was predictable. Coffee, grease, circuits, repeat. One rainy afternoon, a cloaked figure entered his shop carrying a decrepit robot. The figure didn't say much, leaving the unit on Jason's workbench with a cryptic instruction: fix it. Do not activate it until you've restored full functionality. You'll know why. Jason shrugged. It wasn't the weirdest request he'd received. The robot looked ancient, a pre-war model from the early days of human-robot coexistence. Its casing was a mix of dented titanium and rusted steel, and its eyes, if you could call the cracked lenses that seemed to stare back at him. After hours of tinkering, Jason felt a spark of intrigue. The robot's design was unlike anything he'd worked on. Its core processor was riddled with security layers. Its joints housed actuators more advanced than those on the market today, and its internal systems seemed modular, like it was meant for more than menial labor. "Who built you?" Jason murmured as he soldered a loose circuit. As he reassembled the robot, Jason accidentally triggered a dormant subsystem. A holographic display flickered to life above the bot's chest. A calm, mechanical voice spoke. Identity: Unit 8 to 9K. Purpose: classified. Status: awaiting activation. Jason froze. Classified? Awaiting activation? Something about this bot screamed military. But it didn't have the usual markings of a war machine. It was subtle, almost elegant. Ignoring his growing unease, Jason completed the repairs. He hesitated before pressing the activation switch, but reasoned that the cloaked figure must have known what they were doing. The robot's eyes glowed a vibrant blue as it came to life. It sat upright with mechanical precision, scanning its surroundings before focusing on Jason. Human identified. Status: ally. Initiating Phase 1. What's Phase 1? Jason stammered, stepping back. The robot stood and extended a hand. You have restored me. My mission is incomplete, and I require assistance. You are now my partner. I think there's been a mistake, Jason replied. I'm just a mechanic. The robot tilted its head. Incorrect. Your skills are sufficient. My mission cannot proceed without your expertise. Jason sighed. Fine. What's the mission? The robot paused, its voice softening. To prevent humanity's extinction. Jason stared, unsure whether to laugh or run. Before he could decide, the shop lights flickered, and the sound of approaching drones filled the air. A voice boomed through a speaker outside. Jason Wells, step away from the unit. You are harboring classified property of the United Earth Syndicate. Jason cursed under his breath. The Syndicate was the authoritarian government controlling most of Earth. If they were after this robot, it was bad news. Explain. Now, Jason hissed at the robot. They will dismantle me to suppress the truth, the bot said. You must decide, comply or escape. Against his better judgment, Jason grabbed his toolkit. Let's get out of here. As they fled into the city's underground, the robot revealed its secrets. It wasn't just any old machine. It was a relic from a rebellion humanity had long forgotten. Unit 8 to 9K had been built to safeguard humanity from the Syndicate's unchecked power. It contained data proving that the Syndicate had orchestrated the Great AI Uprising to justify their authoritarian rule. But there was more. Deep within 8-9K's processors was a neural blueprint, a technology capable of granting sentience to machines without the chaos that plagued earlier attempts. If used correctly, it could usher in a new era of coexistence, or destroy humanity if it fell into the wrong hands. Jason didn't know whether to feel honored or horrified. So you're telling me I've got the key to humanity's future sitting in my shop? Correction, the bot replied. You are the key. My repairs were incomplete. You modified my systems beyond my original design. Your innovation unlocked this potential. Great, Jason muttered. No pressure. Over the following weeks, Jason and 8 to 9K worked together to evade the Syndicate and rally support. They discovered a network of rebels who had been waiting for something or someone to tip the scales. Jason, the reluctant hero, found himself leading missions, hacking Syndicate servers, and repairing not just machines but people's hope for a better future. The climax came when Jason and 8 to 9K infiltrated the Syndicate's central AI hub. The goal was simple: upload the blueprint to a secure satellite network, ensuring it couldn't be destroyed or controlled by any single entity. The Syndicate's forces were relentless, and Jason nearly didn't make it out. But as the upload completed, 8 to 9K made a choice Jason didn't expect. The robot stayed behind, sacrificing itself to hold off the Syndicate. Why? Jason shouted as he was dragged to safety by the rebels. The robot's voice crackled through his comms. My purpose is fulfilled. Humanity's future is now yours to shape. Goodbye, Jason. Months later, Jason sat in his shop, now the unofficial headquarters of a growing rebellion. The world was changing. Machines with sentience were beginning to emerge, not as enemies, but as partners. And though Jason still saw himself as just a mechanic, he carried on, because sometimes the smallest sparks ignite the brightest flames. The memory of 8-9K's glowing eyes stayed with him, a reminder that even an old, broken machine could hold the key to a better world.